Welcome to Kipoerneke's Corner. I am over in Watcherofrealms again, and hopefully we'll get through the Void Rift for the week. I'm just going to run through on whatever mode it's on. I think it's normal. And I just finished up the Tide and the Drake's Chasm Titanic Ruins things. So Titanic Ruins was for this week. I want to be sure to get all the weeklies done this time, hopefully. So let's go over to normal, and hopefully I'm going to be able to just run through it and pick up the goodies that are laying about hither and yon, right? So that's the goal of this current mission, if you will. And then after that, I am hoping to, first of all, check events and see what's going on there, but also go over to the Dracula's castle and do a little bit more on that. And see where we're at. I don't know what that's going to look like. I think I was at Dracula's castle itself at this point, and I can see what kind of new guys I can pick up from there as far as the heroes go. And I don't know if I get to just walk through all of this normal zone. Last time I think I had to do some fights. Now, I don't know, maybe I had done the elite one last time, and that's why I had to kill them. I'm really not sure. I thought it was normal that I was doing at the time, but perhaps I had clicked the wrong thing and it was elite. So far, so good. However, it looks like we've got some loading issues going on here. I don't know what that's all about, but it took a second there. We had a little bit of a snag, bit of lag going on, and it looks like we may be, no, alright, I thought it may be gonna lag out again, but no, it came back to it. It just seems a little bit stuttery, unfortunately. Not sure what. Also did a bit of a freeze during that. I see that I've got like a blue screen showing on there with the dude holding his head again there for a second. So yeah, I'm having some issues, I think. Not sure why, but I can see it's happening on both computers at this point. So for some reason, the internet is obviously having some kind of an issue. It's just too bad. Hopefully it won't drop, but we'll see. But yeah, so hopefully you've all had a good weekend and are ready for getting back to the grind on Monday, if in fact you work Monday through Friday, kind of a work week. It's funny, when I was a kid, that was kind of the norm. It was very unusual for people to work on other days than that, unless they were getting some overtime or something like that. But as time has gone on, it's become more and more common for people to have unusual schedules, which means not 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, but something else, even often overnight, things like that. Just kind of interesting, you know, the way the world changes as time goes on. You never know what's going to happen. Really, I don't know that I would have predicted that that people would have such vastly different lives now than they once did. Like, just so many people, you know, working from home or working online, not going out, and the, I guess, the closure of so many places that people used to socialize in, meet in, and, you know, this was the way that it would be. You'd go hang out with somewhere with your friends. And these days, it's kind of like you don't, you know, a lot of people don't really leave their houses very much. So it's kind of, it's very unusual to me. And, you know, I'm really glad that my son has a physical location where people can come and hang out and see each other in real life and have friends and have that kind of social life. In today's world, it's just not very common anymore. So it's very cool that that he can provide that for this this generation to some degree. And otherwise, really, there's not a whole lot that people can do like that. Like, I guess people still go to like sports events and things like that. Some people do. And, but otherwise, like, I don't know. Malls have pretty much shut down. Things like skating rinks still occasionally exist. But there's certainly not as much emphasis on them. I know that a lot of people go to church, and that's a spot for socialization. I'm not saying that's the only reason for it, but it's certainly a benefit, right? But really, like when it comes right down to it, there's not a whole lot of places that people go to do that. We still got people playing D&D at each other's houses and Magic in person. A lot of people do Magic online these days, and so they're on Arena, doing it on there. And I don't really, personally, I don't like Arena because I like the in-person element, and on Arena you can't even talk to the person you're playing against. They have like some canned messages that you can throw out there, but honestly, it's pretty limited on what you can say. You certainly can't make friends while you're doing it. So yeah, it's kind of the way the world is going these days, I suppose. Let's check on the arena here. The arena I was talking about was not the arena in this game, of course, but the Magic arena. All right, let's refresh. And here's an easy mark over here. We got Evden from Russia with 91,729 EP. Now I'm going to point out that Evden has Valderon as their one hero. Valderon is quite good in this in arena, basically. And if you look at this, and the opponent team BP is 91,729, right? But the total monster BP is 366,960. So that guy's going to pull a lot of people into attacking him, who he's going to slaughter, because they're going to see he has only one person, or she, as the case may be. But anyway, they're going to see only one person in the group, and they're going to say, oh, that's, as I did, say it's an easy mark. Here's Valderon. Valderon has Diabolic Manifestation. Gains 1 stack of Chaotic Vitality. When Potent Surge reaches its maximum, gains 2 stacks of Chaotic Vitality. Inflicts vulnerability versus physical damage on nearby enemies continuously during the effect duration. So, he's definitely a lot more of a threat than he first appears to be, and certainly some people are going to lose to him. In this case, he got knocked out, so it's just a matter of time before we finish this. But say I had 100,000 less BP than I did, or something like that, it could have been a different story, particularly if you had, say, 150 to 200,000, and you saw him sitting there at 91,000, it might be that you could take him, and then you would be very surprised to possibly not be able to. All right, so that was, let's see, Evden, or Eveden, perhaps even. I think it's Evden, from Russia, I believe, yes, with 91,729 EP. But you'll notice that even so, top damage on the board was 4,723,580, and back damage was done by Valderon. The next highest person on the board was actually Xena with 4,361,740, followed by Idrin at 2,883,010. So, yeah, Valderon is he's a heavy hitter for sure. Even all by himself without anybody boosting him or anything. All right, so we got 3 arena coins, 8 duel of champions points, and 8,000 XP potions for that. Let's get out of here. And then I think, shall we? Well, I guess I better make sure to do the dailies real quick before I pop into Dracula's castle. So let's make sure that we have all of those done. We've got harbor completion over here, 38 island suntunas and 30 golden pineapples. Cody, I see you lurking back there. How you doing today? All right, let's set sail for some oysters. How's about? And then, what have we? I think let's go for the guinea pig over here. Do we have anything here? No, it looks pretty good. I think it's probably keying in on the fact that I haven't done the Immortal Codex as far as this is concerned. So, that's just true. I haven't done the latest Immortal Codex thing that opened, I don't think. So that's something on my consideration list. For now, I'm going to go to the quests. We're going to claim all these things. We participated in the arena one time today, and that gave us 5 quick clear tickets and 5 engraved rings. Then we claimed the Tide Onslaught rewards one time, which gave us 5 more engraved rings and 1 stamina potion sample. Also, the box at the top is ready, so let's grab that. 40 diamonds, 5 engraved rings. Okay, now, let's perform a summon. How's about? See what we get. How about we do Dracula? Why not? Let's give him a try. Maybe we get Count Dracula with our beautiful ancient summoning crystal. We got Nunya instead. Nunya is a 3-star healer. Like this one's magic. Soothe your soul. Nunya calls upon the jungle to heal her allies and bolster defense. And then we'll summon again and see what we have here. Ah, it's Nash, a 3-star fighter. His name puts the nail on the hammer head. Nash eviscerates multiple enemies at a time with his morbid club. Well, it was no Count Dracula, but whatever. We're a little bit closer to our next legendary, one way or another. Can't lose, really. Alright, let's see. What else do we have here? We've got time left on all of these other things. If you haven't done the Bloodline summoning yet, that's for Lady Mina, and you may want to get in on that. Bloodletter Invocation of Spirits. You get to choose one of your guys, and the other one is Dr. M. Helsing. Again, you can't lose. That's a 20 times rate on those guys, so if you hit a legendary, your odds of it being one of those two are 20 times higher than they would be for any other hero, alright? So, be sure to do that. Let's see here. Special Invocation of Spirits is the other one. The 20 times rate up on that is Elwyn, and this other guy named Dane. I know nothing about Dane. I think that he is a new character. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. I'm going to go and click on him, and we're going to see what it says here. He emerged from the deepest forbidden cell of the pillory, a place with no chains, only bookshelves, paper, and pens. 3 years of silence, his identity a mystery. Taken away by a figure in a black cloak on a starless night, he reappeared 6 months later at Duke Mazarin's side, transformed into a silent killing machine. A fully enclosed helmet masks his face. His left hand has become a weapon that does not belong to this world, and tubes pulse along his body. He never speaks. There is only the heavy rhythmic sound of his breath. And see, I have read that part before. And I was thinking, you know, we kind of got a Darth Vader breathing business going on there. Interestingly, of all the people that we don't actually hear, he's one of them. Like, we hear a lot of people who have annoying things going on, like particularly Maureen, I should say. But we don't hear this guy. Or if we do, I don't hear this guy. Of course, I do have some things turned off, so it's a possibility that he is breathing loudly for us, and I am just not hearing it. Alright, it says here with his talent, the hero gains 1 stack of cyclic rate with each basic attack. Each stack of cyclic rate increases the hero's rage regen by 5% and reduces attack interval by 2%, stacking up to 12 times. So, at max stacks, gaining cyclic rate again restores 2% rage to the hero instead. Well, interesting. Alright, we got his physical attack, which is interesting because so you've got him and then you've got the spaces in front of him he's not hitting. But the spaces in front of that, which is starting 2 spaces ahead of him, he then hits 4 spaces ahead in the center. So that's pretty good range. Obviously not going to hit directly in front of himself, which is an interesting choice. I think he would be very good to put directly behind a defender. So you could have a defender and then him behind, And so he's going to hit everything right in front of that defender. So the defender will stop the crowd, and then he can abuse the crowd, which is especially important when you see that his attack is an AoE attack. His basic attack deals 100% damage to one enemy and 30% AoE damage to 5 enemies around them, prioritizing airborne targets. So he would probably be pretty good in the AoE arena, I would think, or the aerial arena. Okay, so interesting. Then we have Execution Protocol. Same range as before. Consumes all stacks of cyclic rate and fires high-powered explosive to the target with the highest max HP in range. Detonates after 2 seconds, dealing 600% damage to the main target and 200% damage to up to 5 adjacent enemies. Damaged enemies are inflicted with stun for 1 second and anti-healing for 3 seconds. That's important because I don't have a whole lot of anti-healing going around. I have Thunkles, which is cool, but I would think that this guy would be super awesome in the gear raid. I don't know if it's gear raid 1, maybe? It has a bunch of healing going on, and it might be 1. It might be 2, because I can't remember which one's which. But 1 or 2, he would be very good to have in. I think it's 1. I think 2 is the one with like the sandstorm guys and all that, and I think that 1 is the one with the barricades. And I'm talking about the one with the barricades, so I'm pretty sure that it is that it's 1. All right, so then we have Rain of Fire. After every 8 basic attacks, fires a burst of bullet rain around the target, lasting for 4 seconds. Deals 80% damage to up to 5 targets in range per second and inflicts slow. Now, slow decreases the movement speed of the creatures by 50%. Increases the hero's damage against enemies in the bullet rain by 30%. And then, last but not least, we have Active Fortress, which is his passive thing here. When an allied hero is deployed, reduces the hero's cost by 1 and increases his attack by 3% after deployment, stacking up to 3 times. In Guild War, the hero gains full stacks of attack increase immediately upon deployment, and the attack increase gained is doubled. So I haven't done the Guild War, but just judging by what that says right there, I mean, that sounds like a good deal. I mean, I feel like he could be very useful. I would like to have him, if nothing else, for that anti-healing effect. That's very, very cool. I think it could come into play in a lot of places. All right. Anyway, if you have some things you want to throw at that, it's still going for another 1 day and 3 hours. I'll throw 1 at him just for fun. How about that? I don't think we're going to get him, of course, but we got Dagna, a 3-star defender from the Northern faction. Mighty things come in small packages. Dagna's a North Throne faction leader, able to greatly heal herself. Excellent. Good job, Dagna. Being all fancy and all that. Now, let's hop over to you know what? Let's go to the Oracle's Trial. It looks like I have a good bit of stamina built up, so let's go to Forgotten Palace. And run some of these background fights on stage 18 of Gear Raid 3. Max that out and start those, okay? And then come on out of here. And events, all right? Event calendar. Let's see what we can see here. Surprise Divine Summoning is going to get 1 random legendary hero upon summoning 1 during the event. This is a one-of offer. So it's a 2-for-1 situation. So if you get 1 legendary, you'll get 2 legendaries. Very neat. And that's in the Divine Summoning. So very cool, very cool. I'm not going to do it right now. It goes through tomorrow. We have a bunch of other things that are still going. Brave Conquest ends today. That's from looting gear pieces and meteorites from gear raid and equipment material raids. Let's look and see where we're at in that real fast. Brave Conquest, we do have some left to grab here, a good bit. We're actually, like 2/3 of the way? Yeah, 2/3 of the way through it, almost, not quite. We don't even have the 12,000 yet, so not quite 2,000, 2/3, but we're moving along in it pretty decently at 10,000 out of 18,000. We do have some running in the background, so that'll change a little bit. Let's go back to the event calendar and see what else is going on, or what's ending, I should say, today. Okay, we got the Duel of Champions ending. I'm pretty sure I'm done with that, but we also have the Engravers Exhibition. So let us go over to the Engravers Exhibition and try to see what we can do there. Okay. I don't know if I need more stamps on here or not. We've got 10 of them we need. Looks like we have them, so let's do some swapping here. I did not do well at getting these in the right place by luck alone, unsurprisingly. But that's okay. We'll get there anyway. One of these days. So the key point is just not to swap them into the wrong location. It would be not unlike me to do that, but we didn't that time. All right, so we got 50 diamonds, 6 5-star psychic power shards, and 100,000 gold for that. Now let's stamp away to try to get this W. Hey, that is not too shabby right there. We did some good stamping. Also note that I have 205 engraved rings, so that's a good little bit, I think. Swap some guys around here and try to succeed at this pattern. Going swell so far. Made it through. So, for that, we got 50 diamonds, 6 5-star psychic power shards, and 100,000 gold. Alright, next we've got an O. So we have to make a circle or an O, however you want to look at that. It's kind of incredible how many failed to go into a location. Considering the odds, it's just very interesting. Constant. But that's okay. I wonder what would happen if you tried to swap it into the rockets. Would it give you a warning message, or would it allow you to do it without letting you? I wonder. Sorry, yawning a bit. We've got 100,000 gold, 6 5-star psychic power shards, and 50 diamonds there. Now we'll do a bit more stamping and try to get this R here. Be sure to do your Engravers Exhibition if you haven't yet, because it does end in like 3 hours. 3 hours and 7 minutes, according to this, as a matter of fact. So be sure to get it done if you haven't. You wouldn't want to miss it, especially if you already have the stamps ready, the engraved rings. Oh, yes. Okay. There for a second, I was like, what am I missing? But I got it. It's right here and right there. There we go. All right. We got 50 diamonds, 6 5-star psychic power shards, and 100,000 gold for that. Plus, we get this up here at the top, which is a legendary summoning crystal. Very nice. All right. Now, Sanguine Throne. We have the event sign-in. Let's get this. It's 3 rare summoning crystals and 1 huge stamina potion. Now, I see something about the rune link. I haven't touched that yet. Back over in Sanguine Throne, though, we've got these Crimson quests. Challenge quests. Complete 3 Engravers Exhibition patterns, and we get 50 stamina and 1 Demon Slayer's medallion. Complete 5 Engravers Exhibition patterns. And we get 2 Demon Slayer's medallions and 100 stamina, and challenge Drake's Chasm 20 times to get 1 legendary skill crystal and 2 Demon Slayer's medallions. Okay, we've finished everything there. Wait, you know what? There was one more thing. It's in the weekly. Complete Artifact Forge 10 times. Let's see. Artifact Forge. I wonder what I have over there. I can do a little bit more on that. Let's go ahead and do what we can here. So we can forge whatever this is. We got the best thing here is this White Tower Trinket. It is class limited to mages. When deployed, increases attack by 12%. When there are no adjacent allies, gains an extra attack speed increase of 20%, which is pretty cool. Let's stick that on somebody that you don't plan to have in the mix. Then we've got the Titan Forge, where we can attempt to get a legendary. You got the North Horn this time. It says when shielded, increases crit rate by 10%. When the shield disappears, the crit rate bonus will last for 6 more seconds. Well, after that, we have the Wisdom Forge. Highest chance of getting something is a legendary, as the same as the Titan Forge. Got the Nightmare Samsara there, which says it's class limited to mages once more, and it restores 5% rage for every 5 attacks, which is good for, like, what's her name? Laurel. And in fact, it may actually also be good for Cyrene. Yeah, I think it would be. So either of those, it could be good for. Let's get out of here. And we've done a little bit more of the Sanguine Throne. How many do we still need? We still need 3 more of those. So, cool. Good to know. Alright. Let's see here. Scarlet Peace Master Summoner. That's for summoning things in the Scarlet Peace Ancient Summoning window. So if you want to do those ancient summons, you know, you have a chance of getting some of this stuff. It would be cool to get this Count Dracula here, but I just don't have that many to work with, so can't do it. Duel of Champions, I think I've already finished. Yes, I have. Brave Conquest, obviously, we still have some room to go there. Corridor of Glory, we haven't done much in. That's for leveling up, starting up, promoting heroes, or upgrading hero skills. I'm consistently out of XP potions. Not sure how that works, but nonetheless, it is what it is. Could upgrade gear, enhance gear with gems, or augment artifacts to earn points and fame rewards in this Tales of the Smith event. Interestingly, I didn't actually know that augmenting artifacts and upgrading gear counted. I only knew about the enhancing gear. So that's cool. Good to know for sure. Spiritual altar is for summoning guys, and that ends in 1 day and 3 hours, which is unfortunate. I just don't have a lot of room to work with on that. Okay, Rune Link is something I've never done before. Floor 1 rewards, it says, and let's look at the little magnifying glass here. Okay, so there's 3 floors, or no, there's more. I just had to click on the inside, but there's 12 floors. Okay. It says connect matching rune elemental pieces, fill all tiles, and win rewards. Link matching rune elemental pieces to form paths. Paths of different rune elemental pieces must not intersect. Connect all rune elemental pieces and fill all available tiles to clear the stage. I wonder what that means. So is it really only 9 boxes? And if so, how do we, what are we supposed to do here? What's the goal? Do I have a certain number of attempts? I don't know. There's very vague instructions. I feel like we could use a little bit more. I mean, what are we trying to do? Fill all available boxes. What if I click here? Okay, I can click there, and it lit up. And then, okay, I see what's up. I see what's up. We go like this. All right, and then we have to fill all of the boxes, so we do like this. Okay, got it. All right. So there's 50 diamonds, 5 quick clear tickets, and 10 auto fight attempts for that. Okay, so this one's pretty straightforward. I'm going to say something like that in a minute and be completely wrong. So we got 2 legendary skill crystal shards, 50 stamina, and 1 rare summoning crystal for that. Okay, now we have to fill all of the boxes. And that's where it gets interesting, right? Let's see. I see some possibilities here. We're gonna have to be very careful with this one. Because there's only certain ways we can do this. And still fill all the boxes. And so I'm having to do a little more braining than I intended to. Boy, I'm not sure about this. This may take me a minute. All right. I feel like we kind of have to go to the left from the rows at the bottom, or we start with the rows to the right. It doesn't look good to start that way. Let's see. No, I don't know if this is a good way to do it or not. Let's see. Maybe. Maybe. Let's see. How do we do this? And then can we back up is the other question. I don't think that quite works, does it? It doesn't. No way. Let's see if we go. No, don't do that. No going on. No, no good, no good. I needed to go. No. How did I need to go? Maybe. No good. Uh-oh. Didn't mean to intersect there. Okay, so we can just back this up, or no, we can't. Let's see. Well, yes, we can. Okay, I see. So we can clear it. That's interesting. All right, then in that case, I wonder if they clear this one back. Cool. Okay. Okay. So then in that case, what if we just do like this, and then go like this? Okay. Yeah. All right, that works. All right, we got 50 diamonds. Hey, Chill, how you doing? Oh no, I had connected the red zip first, Chill, but then I messed it up. I didn't have it quite right to start with, so yeah. So 50 diamonds, 5 quick clear tickets, and 20 legendary skill dust there. All right, let's see. Now we've got this fella here. Boy, these are a little bit intricate for my small brain, you know. Doing my best here, but it's not man. Sometimes I wonder about me. All right, let's just, since we seem to have infinite tries, let's just, trial and error it. How's about that? That'll be a lot faster. Let's see here. I wonder, what do I want to do here? Do I like that? I don't think I do. Maybe? Yeah, I think that's maybe okay. And then we can just do like this. Alright, that works. 3 legendary skill crystal shards, 50 stamina, and 1 rare summoning crystal. Okay, let's not let this fool us into a false sense of security here. It feels like this isn't as easy as it appears. And I see why. Yeah, I do see why. If I go about it the wrong way, I'm gonna end up in a bind. I think I can maybe do like this. And then like this. Okay, we got 1 privilege card, 3-day, 30 legendary skill dust, and 10,000 gold. Alright, now what? Now what? Uncertainty. No good there. Okay, let's try that again. Can't seem to undo. Oh, let's just click the reset button. There we go. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Okay, so maybe that's just a short one. Maybe I just go like this. And then we can do like this, maybe. Alright, 5 legendary skill crystal shards, 100 stamina, and 1 rare summoning crystal there. Alright, that's 1 max level boost. 50 legendary skill dust and 50,000 gold. Maybe. Now, the question is, which way do we want to go here? That rose has to go to the right in order to fill that up, right? So it's a question of whether we probably need, we need to fill up there with the green. So it probably has to go around like this. Oh wait, hold on. Did I fully connect that? Hopefully. All right, so we'll go around here. Yeah, because we're gonna have to go like this around. And then like this. Alright, so 5 legendary skill crystal shards, 100 stamina, and 1 rare summoning crystal there. Alright, now what? How's about we just go like this? And then, I don't know, it feels too easy. I'm not sure. Not sure about this. Now we have to be a little bit careful here because I don't want to cut those off. Now let's look and see. Do I go around or do I... You know, probably the easiest way to do this is just like this, and then like this. Okay, we got 40 Titan meteorites, 100 legendary skill dust, and 5 gear casting hammer shards there. And then we got some blocks in here. And so... yeah, I think that's fine. And then if we just go around like this, and then we can just connect these. Alright. 5 legendary skill crystal shards, 100 stamina, and 1 rare summoning crystal. Okay, probably gonna mess this one up. Again, it looks too easy, so I'm a little bit concerned that I'm gonna do something wrong. But I guess it was fine. Okay, cool. 40 wisdom meteorites, 1 max promotion grade boost, and 100 legendary skill dust there. We're on floor 12, looks like at the moment. Maybe, no. Surely not. It says floor 12 rewards. We'll see. Okay. Now, I think, that we have to be a little bit careful, right? I think so. Yeah, we can't go that way, can we? Almost have to go like this. And then like this. Alright, so we got 1 ancient summoning crystal, 5 legendary skill crystal shards, and 50 stamina for that. So now, see, I don't know what. Okay, that was floor 12. Alright. So we finished that up. Okay. What else? Shard assembly. If you haven't done it yet, be sure to do it. I've oh, thank you, Joe. Yeah, I got it. Now, if you haven't done your shard assembly for Mina's artifact, be sure to do that. I've done it once. I've got 15 on the next go round of that. If I could get another one, that would be great. I doubt that that's going to happen. And it's in 9 days and 2 hours for those who haven't done it yet. And big brain moves indeed. All right, let's see. We have Zombies Invasion starting in 2 hours and 48 minutes. I didn't realize it was starting again so soon. That's cool. Always fun. Alright, it's 12:11 a.m. right now. Gonna go over to the storage, shards, and then I have some legendary skill crystals to make here. By some, I mean one. One legendary skill crystal. Oh. I have weird things in my bags. That's what I noticed. Alright, out of there, we got some background fights to claim. Some rewards, not the fights themselves. We got 69,300 coins. We've got 10,500 XP potions. We have a myriad of gear. And then we have 320 Forgotten Flawless trophies, 323 conquest points, 880 additional coins, and 144 additional XP potions. And that's for the privilege card that we just activated. So we got that partway through the rune inks. So there you go. Now, Root, his little black market association, Dwarven association has refreshed. So nothing new that I want there. Let's hop back over to quests where we have performed coin summon. We got 5 engraved rings and 2 4-star psychic power shards for that. Now, we already did the Engravers Exhibition, so the engraved rings aren't super useful to us, but I think we'll probably get some coins or something for that. We can now level up a hero 3 times. Now, who I want to level up at this point is actually, I believe, Lady Mina. Got her very recently, and I would like to see what she can do out there in the world someday, so. Now, was that a good idea? We ask ourselves. Because I could do the auto thing on her. She's level 1. And I could just bump her up to fully everything, right? I've already wasted 200 XP on her like a fool. Didn't need to if I'm going to make her max level and all that. Is that a good idea? Out of the options that I have, is that a good idea? I think it might be. Chill says police is better overall, but I don't know. See, I don't know if you've noticed, but look, check it out. All right, level 60. Got all the things. Did it. All right. So that one's already taken care of. So who do I want? That's the real question. Just kind of looking through these guys. And I really kind of feel like of the ones that I currently have, she might be the one to go with. But I'm also going to be getting Dracula Vlad. I think I'm going to be getting Vlad. Because once I finish that Dracula's Castle event, I think you get Vlad, right? And if so, maybe it's him that I want to do that with. I know nothing about him. I've never used him. Which one's better right now? I don't know. Lady Mina or Count Dracula? I have no idea. Otherwise, my guys are pretty well maxed out. I mean, that's absolutely untrue. Most of my guys probably not maxed out. But the ones that are the most important to me right now are probably they're pretty good, pretty decent. Could finish out Isolde for the last 2 levels that I need. And then, again, save that max level boost for either Mina or Dracula. Seems like a good idea. May as well get Isolde out with the XP potions that I have. And then maybe wait on getting Count Dracula so that I can see what he looks like and whether I want to use it on Mina or Dracula. Or not Count Dracula, sorry, the other one, Vlad Draculea. He seems pretty good because I've seen him thrown out in arena a decent number of times. I've seen him and I've seen Lady Mina. Used to see Lady Mina more. I haven't seen her out there in a while. Ever since they brought her back down to where she should be. And now Cody has told me that they have since given her a boost. But regardless, I haven't been seeing her in arena, so I'm assuming she went down significantly from the amount of gems that she had been doing. So yeah, I think that I'm gonna just wait on that. We'll just claim these. We got 5 engraved rings and 1 stamina potion sample there. So that was all of the dailies. Let's go over to the Elf Pass and the Dragon Pass. Let's get the weekly quests claimed. That's 1,500 dragon tokens for, I think that was the faction, faction trials on any difficulty level 10 times. And then daily quests, we logged into the game for 200 dragon tokens, spent 50 stamina for 200 more, participated in the arena 1 time for 200 more, then we leveled up to 45, made a purchase in the black market and got 200 more, and then cleared any stage 5 times a day, getting 200 more. And then let's claim all this stuff from the leveling. We got 10 flawless meteorites, 10 ancient summoning crystal shards, and 30,000 gold there. Alright, cool. Pop out of there. Let's check on the arena again, because that'll be ready for a refresh. I'm sure we got two of these arena coins for defending against other players while we were gone. I could go ahead and attack this Izida over here, looks like. Izida. Let's try it. Izida is from Belarus. She's probably gonna kill me. Almost certainly gonna kill me. But you know what? That's alright. We need to get beaten up now and then. We should appreciate life a little bit more. Alright. Let's see what Izida does. Izida has thrown out Malvira. Now that's one I've tried to get before and failed to. I think she's very good. At least for arena. Don't know about the other stuff. She has Call of the Reaper. It looks like we win this fight. Alright, so that was Izida from Belarus with 379,880 BP. Stats show that Xena topped the damage with 2,019,920, followed by Malvira with 219,884. The other guy who was put out looks like was Silas. I didn't actually see Silas appear on the screen, but he was there long enough to do 81,281 damage. I obviously just missed him coming out. I was probably chatting and vaguely trying to read the ultimate from Elvira. For that, we got 3 arena coins, 8 Duel of Champions points, and 8,000 Hero XP points. Potions. Okay, now let's refresh the opponents. We have now before us Wild J from the United States. So there's Wild J. I note immediately his party. It's interesting. I actually recognize all of the people in his group, shockingly. We've got Valderon, Liu Bu, Leia, Guan Yu, and Gluttony, I think. I think that's their names. So, how will I do against Wild J? Can't say. We'll give it a go. It's an interesting party. It seems a little disparate, but I'm not sure. Maybe there's something there that I don't see. So the monster VP is 373,068. Let's see what he does. I'm curious. All right, zoom on out so we can see a little bit better. We've got Valderon out first. Now, Valderon's very good. He has Diabolic Manifestation, gains 1 stack of Chaotic Vitality. When Potent Surge reaches its maximum, gains 2 stacks of Chaotic Vitality. Inflicts vulnerability versus physical damage on nearby enemies continuously during the effect duration. Okay, they followed that up with Gluttony right here, who has Gnaw. Rips and kills one enemy in range with teeth. If the target is an elite or boss, deals 800% damage instead. After casting this skill, recovers 50% of max health. Now, here's a question. I don't really know what these creatures that are attacking us are. Are they considered elites? I don't know. I'm not very visual. And so I can't actually tell what's in the map unless I read what's in the map. And there's nowhere that I can find to read what kind of creatures we're going to be fighting in the arena fights. So unfortunately, I have no idea what kind of creatures these are. So I don't know if they're heavy armor, light armor, if they're magic or physical. It's a real problem. It's very much a detriment for me. So I'm not sure if they are elites, and that means that Gluttony deals like 800% damage to them with that. And that is phenomenal. Now, of course, really, no matter what, it's just very good. If we go over here to the stats, that was Wild J with 349,240. And what we see immediately is that although Xena topped it at 4,236,920, Gluttony was actually second. He even beat Valderon, who's very high DPS. He beat Valderon with 4,095,500. He was on par with Xena, even though he came out later than both of them. So that's something to consider, and it begs the question to me: are these creatures elite creatures that we're fighting here? If so, I have Gluttony too. Hey guys, I have Gluttony and Arrogance. And we got Wrath, Gluttony, Arrogance. We could do the team, all right? If that's what we're doing, we can increase his attack speed by 35%, pop him out. I mean, it seems reasonable. I don't know. He's definitely blowing and going over there with his 4 million damage coming out later. Pretty good. I don't know. I'll have to take it into considerations. It's very nice. Alright, so we got 3 arena coins and 4 Duel of Champion points there. Alright, now let's hop out of here. We've got another 11 minutes before we can refresh those. We do have something in storage. What is it? We've got a shard to put together of these ancient summoning crystal variety over there. Let's not only grab that shard, let's go and use the shard, because hey, I want Count Dracula while he is here. So, summon, and let's go for it. When I first started playing this game, everybody was telling me about the Halloween event, how good it was, and how there was no guarantee that the characters would ever come back to the game who were introduced at that point. And of course, now those Halloween characters are just absolutely dominating in Arena. And so now they've come back out with them, or way to get them. And I would like to take advantage of that as much as possible. So I would definitely like to get Vlad Draculea, but instead, for now, we've got Drogo, the 3-star marksman from the Piercer faction. There's nowhere to hide. Drogo's massive range and AoE ultimate will have enemies scrambling for cover. Oh, we have another one. Let's summon again. Sure, why not? We've gotten plenty of blues. And here's another. We got Borut, the 3-star fighter from the Watcher faction. Borut is a rough-necked faction leader of the Watch Guard. His mechanical fists wreak havoc with burn damage. Alright, that was all we had of those, unfortunately, so, you know, I guess it is what it is, right? We do have some divine, divine summoning crystals right now. Could try to get 2 legendary heroes. Odds are we would get 0 legendary heroes. Do I care to do that? Or would I rather try to do this? I mean, realistically, I'll probably not get any. I wonder where I'm at on the pity. So, okay. Pity timer activates if no legendary hero is summoned after 12 consecutive summons on this. So that seems like pretty good odds of getting one. When's the last time I got one? Looks like that was last year. And this is page 3, so this is 8 summons ago. If I have enough that I can pretty much, well, okay, so you don't get it after 12 summons. It's guaranteed within 20 summons. So, odds are that I won't get one anyway. Question is, do I want to do 2 for 1 if I do get one and it's going to be random guys? Or do I want to go for Elwyn and Dane over here? I do think that Elwyn has looked very nice. I've never used her. I've never had her. And Dane, of course, is something new. He does seem very good with his anti-healing stuff. I'm still lacking a lot of very good people, so I could try the 2 for 1 and, you know, toss the dice on it. Realistically, I probably won't. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Let's think about this for just a moment. Which one? Dane or Engravers? I think, I think we'll go for we're gonna go for Dane or Elwyn. So either one of them would be good. I don't think that I need any. I might need more barons. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that I do still need Lily, which is the second lady here. I don't need her. I just need more awakenings on her. And I think this other one here, it starts with a K. It's like Callista or something. It's, I can't recall. But anyway, I'm not, I don't know. I haven't really done anything with her. Like I said, I think I have Baron. Oh, let's see. I wonder if I click on him, will it show us? No, it won't. Okay. But I think I do. What's his, Last Awakening? Recovers 50% HP at the end of, I don't know, maybe I need more of him. I don't know. Let's give it a go. Toss one at it and see what happens. Ah, we are getting a purple. And it is Kalina, not Callista, Kalina. Kalina, the 4-star mage from the Esotericist faction. She's one of the crazy girls wearing the animals on her head. A mysterious witch from the untamed wilderness, wielding formidable and fearsome magic. She would deliver retribution to those who recklessly ravage nature. Yeah, she's a little on the crazy side. We're going to share her and claim those 50 diamonds from that. And then, how's about we give it another go and see what we can get, if anything. Maybe we can get another good person, whether it's someone. Okay, we got Nizalt, the 4-star mage from the Esotericist faction. His methods may be unconventional, but they work. Flings combustible vials at enemies to poison and burn. Flings combustible vials at enemies to poison and burn. Burn, it says. And he's got a little green poisonous. Oh yeah, okay. Now it's orange. So I see. So it's both. It's got both the fire and the poison in it. And I think I've used him in the faction trials in the past. I don't know if I'm still using him in those or not, but I think I have in the past. He probably needs awakenings if that's a thing he gets. Here's Demon, the 4-star fighter from the Nightmare faction, betrayer of his brother Amos. A fallen elven prince revives quickly and can immobilize enemies. We got one more. Let's throw it at it. See what happens. Nothing too exciting, I think. But we got Titus. Titus, the 4-star defender from the Infernal faction. He dies pretty well. That's been my experience with him thus far. He's really good at dying. While unable to be healed, this Fortress of Defender can repair himself and smash multiple enemies at once, which is all fine and well. But if he can repair himself a little bit more sufficiently, that might be good. Maybe he can once he's been promoted, and I don't know, maybe there's something that can be done for the poor fellow. It's hard to say. Let's go ahead and go awakenings and see if we have any to use. Okay, looks like Baron, first of all. Okay, so I have plenty more awakenings to do on here. So, Immortal Wrath. This is his ultimate. Attacks deal an extra 20% damage. No, not ultimate. His passive, sorry. Deal an extra 20% damage one time. Upon receiving fatal damage, enters unyielding and stays alive for 8 seconds. When unyielding ends, deals AoE damage equal to 60% of max HP to nearby enemies. This can be triggered up to 1 time per deployment. Let's awaken him. That's 1 4-star psychic power token. Now, we gotta go back because we gotta look at this again. Okay, so we got max level on all the things. So ultimate is evil armor. Cast a shield that can absorb damage equal to 100% of max hit points for 10 seconds. When the shield disappears or gets broken, it deals AoE damage 1 time. And then this is attacks deal an extra 20% damage 1 time upon receiving fatal damage. Okay, so okay, I see what's going on here. Okay, so it's saying that he stays alive for an additional 3 seconds, so we got 12 seconds instead of 8. Is that what's going on? I think it is. All right, and then this is just his normal attack, which is hits one in front of him, just one in. But I think that's what that's saying. Well, it's out of curiosity. Let's go and look at his 5th awakening. Well, let's look at all damage reductions plus 5%. That's nice. And then this would enhance Immortal Wrath also. And recover 50% HP at the end of Immortal Wrath's duration. So that's after he stayed alive for 12 seconds instead of 11 seconds instead of 8. Because I can't add. 8 plus 3 is 11. Alright. But after that, he recovers 50% HP at the end. That's super good. So Awakening 5 on Baron is nice. But that would help his survivability significantly. Okay. Anyway, got distracted. Let's go on down. Okay, we have Titus over here. Titus has not been awakened. When HP is higher than 50%, gains 20% extra damage reduction. But that sounds absolutely phenomenal. Because I can tell you, he is dead a lot. That's been my experience with him. Maybe he'll be dead a little less often now. So, we got 1 4-star psychic power token for that. And let us see, is there anybody else who can be awakened right now? Yes, this girl here, this Kalinda or Kalina or something, I've already forgotten her name again. Rage regen +1, sure, that's always good, right? Grab that. And then out of curiosity, I want to see what her Fifth Awakening would be. We got 1 4-star psychic power shard or token there. For her 5 instances of damage taken from Kalina, enemies receive 1 extra true damage at 100% of Kalina's attack. That's pretty cool. So she's essentially double striking on every 5 hits. And it's true damage. That's very nice. Okay, cool. So maybe someday we'll get that, and maybe someday she'll be a little better. I don't know that it's going to matter too much for her, except, except like in the faction trials. If I end up using her at all, then I would imagine it would be in the faction trials. Well, just a guess. Okay, anybody else here? Yes, we have this one. What's the name here? Nizalt, right? Nizalt. Throw down to awaken, and let's throw the awakening on. So, this enhances the duration of poison, burning, and toxic fire by 1 second. So this means that... Okay, alright. So, her or his, I don't know, level 1 magic attack throws a magic violet 1 enemy, dealing 220% magic damage, and inflicting a burning or poison effect for 5 seconds. So the burning deals 20% continuous magic damage per second, and poison deals 5% continuous damage per second, stacking up to 10 times. So that's pretty cool. The toxic fire deals 40% magic damage per second, which can be considered as burn. So that's kind of cool too. Let's throw Nizalt in there, and again, if nothing else, I may end up using him in the faction trials. Maybe, who knows? There's 1 4-star psychic power token there. That's the end of the row. However, I think I may have some more. Yeah, I do have some more. Do I have any more? Okay, they're all greens in here, so I'll just leave them where they are. And then hop out of here and go over quests where we can claim this for performing 10 summons. It is 1 rare summoning crystal. Excellent. Got it. Now, I feel like there was a guild quest I hadn't done today, perhaps. Looks like I haven't fought the second thing in Drake's Chasm either. I should do that. So clear a promotion rate on any difficulty level 3 times. Let's do it. Promotion rate. Now, we don't know which one we need, so let's look down there. We currently have 52 mages, 17 marksmen, 43 endurance, 41 melee. Now, let's make sure. Was that really 17? It really was. So this is the one we do 3 times. And we shall auto-fight 3 times. Start on that. Hop out. I just noticed I have a good amount of stamina again. But let's come over here and do the Drake's Chasm thing. Oh, I know why. It's because I got an extra attack today. Why did I get an extra attack, you ask? Who knows? I think it had to do with just signing in a certain number of times, and you end up getting one of these extra crusade runes? Yeah, crusade runes. So, I fought Nightmare 1, we killed that. Fought Nightmare 3, we got it down to 63%. Let's fight Nightmare 2 while we're at it. How's about it? And I'm just going to auto-fight. Whatever I've got there will be perfectly fine, I think. I'm not too terribly concerned about it. And as always, let's kind of watch the overall statistics as they play out. I definitely am going to have to redo the dragons auto fights here soonish, because I think that I've gotten more people and I've gotten more gear, and everybody's just a little bit better, and all those incremental gains add up into pretty good stuff pretty quickly. So when you have as many people out on the board as you get to put out during the dragon fight, which we get like 8 people or something, and I guess 7, maybe, I don't know, however many people we throw out, I end up siphoning some of them, so I'm really not sure. Anyway, point being that that when you have as many people as we get here, and they're all getting upgraded slightly, and then you also have people that you've pulled and they're new, and maybe they're good and maybe they're better than some of the people you've been using previously, then you can do those little switches and make a pretty big difference on the overall damage output and survivability of your crew. So, should do. All right. So we got 14,754 dragon's blood for that. And if we look at the stats over here, Sultan's just blew everybody out of the water with 44,081,200 damage. And then the next 3 were Xena, Cetrum, and Arrogance, all doing just over 20 million each. So that's pretty cool. All right, complete that. And then probably better go do Dracula's Castle before I fall asleep, right? We got this, clear promotion rate on any difficulty level 3 times, which gives us 22 guild coins, which is a nice odd number, but it's because of the plus 10% bonus from that privilege card. So 22 guild coins, 20 guild activity tokens, and 1 small stamina potion. Alright, I don't think there's anything else. No, nothing else to do in here for me at the moment. Let's go claim these background rewards. 2,457 gold coins, 1,890 XP potions, and then 30 of each of the insignia of marksmen's, 468 additional reward coins, and 360 additional reward XP potions for that. Alright, now let us click back over here, go back to your raid 3, and then we're going to auto fight stage 18 for however many mana we can throw into her, how many stamina. We call it stamina in this game. Alright, pop them back out of there. We almost have enough for these 8 Hero Casting Hammer shards. That'll be cool. Let's get out of there, go over to events. We've got something to claim down here at the spiritual altar. It's a little bit of stuff. We got 5 Dawnbringer shards. Now that is for the Lady Mina's exclusive artifact, the Dawnbringer. We had 15 of them, now we have 20 of them. We got 100 legendary skill dust, 100 epic skill dust, 1 epic skill crystal, and 100,000 gold for that. Still have a lot of good things that we could get from summoning. And we still have 1 day and 2 hour left. I may end up doing more later of that. I'm not sure. We'll see. Okay. Check back in the arena. I can refresh, so let's refresh. Why not, right? Okay, now the only one that I would be interested in going up against with this crew is Uber Cool, and he will probably win, but that's alright. Uber Cool from the United States with 396,769 BP. Now his bosses have, or his monsters rather, have 434,884 BP. Doesn't bode well for us. Let's go ahead and auto fight. Notice that he has Count Dracula, Sun Wukong. I think that's Torador, maybe not. It may or may not be Torador. Probably in there for the Lord bonus, just a guess, maybe not. Here's Sun Wukong, first and foremost, splitting hairs. Deals 100% damage 18 times to one enemy and inflicts stun. He also throws off these little copies of himself. Then they tossed out Dao Chan, who has two different songs she sings with a lover's requiem. One of them is a healing song, and the other one is a damage song. And the healing song is blue, and the damage song is this lovely shade of red that you see right there around her. Um, she likes to make the entire area around her basically invisible with this fog of magic. I don't know. That's Sun Wukong. That's Count Dracula. And who's this? Ireless. All right, so that was uber cool with 396,769 BP, I believe. Let's see. We'll go back and see. Yes, he was from the United States. I was correct. And so now, looking at the damage on the board, we got Sun Wukong with 9,069,460, followed up by Xena with 4,212,560. Now you'll note, Xena did less than half the damage of Sun Wukong, even though we had more BPS than their team did. And well, no, with essentially with the monsters being so much lower BP than my clan's BP, you would think that we would have been able to do more damage to them. It's harder for the lower level ones to do damage to the higher level to the same level than obviously for the higher level needs to do damage to the lower level ones, right? So that just makes sense. But anyway, that's the numbers as demonstrated here and the reality. Now, here's 3 arena coins and 4 dual champions points for trouble with that. Let's get out of there, and then, oh, we got some golden dragon crest, or no, elf pass stuff to claim here. Weekly quest, obtain 1 piece of ancient gear from any gear raid, excluding weird dungeon. For that, we get 200 elf tokens and leveled up. So let's claim these rewards for 20 smoldering scales and 100 dungeon crystals. We also went up in our hero ranking this up. Okay. Let us now hop into Dracula's castle. We're gonna go. We'll go to Transylvania, and then I don't want to jump in right away. I want to go over to territory. We'll claim all this stuff. And then we're going to go to the parlor. Well, let's go to Sanguine Plot. Why not? We'll claim whatever's there for whatever reason. Then we'll go back out and we'll go to the parlor where we have some guys we can get. Now, I see that we could hire Baron, but we already have Baron. And we have Baron maxed out. The higher we could get is Baron maxed out. Same situation with Edith. What we have is already maxed out. The one we could hire is maxed out. Does that make sense? I feel that it does not. So let's refresh. We're out of the free ones, so we'll have to consume a little bit. Let's do it. Okay, we've got here this person who I think the name is Abomination. And I've always wondered exactly what they do. Because it's a member of the Nightmare Faction. And as you probably all are aware, I'm a fan of the Nightmare Faction because that includes arrogance, and anything that we can get a good guy in to be supportive of the whole Lord skill is a good deal for me. However, I don't know that it's as helpful without the arrogance contribution. Let's check him out. He's got Boundless Endurance. This is his ultimate. Triggers automatically for 25 seconds. Increases max HP by 50%. Let's see, first of all, what kind of... He's a fighter. Alright. Extends attack range. Introduces physical damage taken by 20%. Deals 60% AoE damage to all enemies in range 2 times and inflicts burning for 2 seconds. That works with arrogance too. This effect will become permanent after being triggered 2 times, so burning deals 5% continuous magic damage per second. Okay, then after that he has physical attack, goes head 1, deals 100% damage to one enemy with a 15% chance of triggering a charged attack that deals 120% AoE damage to all enemies in range. I mean, that's cool. Blood of Agony for every 3 instances of damage taken. The hero permanently increases attack speed by 6 and damage by 3%, stacking up to 10 times. The more he gets beat, the better he does. That's interesting. And then, Ultimate Torment. When HP drops below 40%, gains invulnerability that lasts for 4 seconds, and then restores HP equal to 30% max HP. Invulnerability, let's check at that. HP will not decrease when damage is taken. So when he hits just below 40%, then for the next 4 seconds, he doesn't lose hit points. And then he restores hit points equal to 30% of his max hit points. That's pretty cool. This effect can only be triggered one time every 55 seconds. When Boundless Endurance is active, the skill's cooldown is reduced by 5 seconds. When Boundless Endurance, which one was that? That was in fact the ultimate. Okay. Interesting. Well, I will certainly grab it. And I will also get this guy. Let's see who this guy is. It's Salazar. I thought so. This is the one that I'm seeing all the time in the arena. Let's look at him while he's available here. Lord of Dragonfire. Salazar bleeds his enemies dry in a flurry of strikes, healing himself. Okay. Multi-strike attack. Single target physical attack. We've got his physical attack hits one ahead, deals damage to one enemy with a 15% chance to inflict bleed on the target, which deals continuous true damage equal to 1% of the target's HP per second and increases their physical damage taken by 10%. That's cool. Slashing Blitz is his ultimate. Launches a blitz of 6 strikes randomly on all targets in range, each strike dealing 220% damage, and the last dealing 300% damage. That sounds good. Becomes immune to all damage when the skill is in effect. The skill guarantees crit hits on targets inflicted with bleed. Boiling Blood launches basic attack on one enemy, dealing 35% damage 2 times. The second attack will guarantee a critical hit if the target is inflicted with bleed, which it probably will be, especially if we've got Xena a lot. Blessing of Dragon Blood restores 3% max HP for every 7 critical hits landed. So he self-heals. He's a fighter. Homo Covenant. Hemo Covenant, not Homo. That would be same covenant instead, but Hemo Covenant. So we got some. Okay. Obtain Hero Camisa, the Staff of Ki, to unlock the following bonus effect. Blessing of Dragon Blood temporarily increases the hero's max HP by 20% when triggered, lasting for 5 seconds. Okay. Interesting. I will grab him. I know he's not a green thumbs up dude, but I don't care. I'm cool with it. Alright, let's hop out of there. Let's go to... not that. I accidentally almost clicked to leave. Instead, we're going to click on this. And I tried it a couple of times, last night or the night before, and it wasn't beautiful, to tell you that. But let's see what we have now. We've got new and interesting folks. I had looked at this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take all these people out, and then I'm going to slowly put them back in. So, who do I love here? Okay, we've got Sun Wukong. I've never done Elowen, but she seems fun. Lula did very well in spite of only being level 40. We gotta try Vorn, right? Vorn seems fun. I still don't think I have any lords of any kind. I don't know what a lot of these people do. Let's see. We're gonna need some defenders, that's for sure. I think that this guy, even at level 40, does pretty well. Draylen. Not great or anything, but decent. I don't remember who this guy here is, and I can't see him. But let's see. I mean, we've got a defender guy here. Let's toss him in. I think I'll need at least 3 defenders, if possible. So Baron, maybe the 3rd one. Oh, we've got Edith over here. You know, I don't feel particularly comfortable with it. We could... Now, I guess that's the defenders that we have. We also have with Baron. You know, let's throw Baron in there as well. Why not? And then, hey, who knows? How about some of this guy, whatever he does? It doesn't look. I feel like I've seen him, right? Like, I feel like I've seen him in arena, but I'm not certain. We could throw in some more marksmen. So I feel like I mean, we have some marksmen already, but I do wish I knew a little more about what these guys did. I think that Sun Wukong needs some space around him so that he can take advantage of that to put his little clones in. I'm not really, having never really used him. I used him like one time in a guild fight because he was on friend assist and I was able to take him and use him once upon a time. Now, should I have used Abomination? Possibly. And maybe even, I mean, Abomination, I don't know. I don't know anything about Abomination. But you know what? We'll give it a go and we'll see what happens. And then we'll know what we're getting into, right? New people all around. I think that Warren is very good. I think that I want to stick out some defenders. Probably. Now, which way are they coming from first? Who knows? Let's start like this. Hey, good job. I had forgotten. And then I feel like maybe Baron is the next defender that we want to use here. It's a tough call. But one way or another, I'll be able to replace them with people as time goes on, so it should be fine. And so maybe I want to start sticking out some healers at this point. Now, this one, I think, maybe does some rage regen, possibly in addition to healing. I don't know. Again, I've never used her. I'm not 100% sure what she does, but I think it's possible that that's part of what she does. It looks like I didn't bring any other healers. That was an error. It was also unintentional. Let's turn these on. I definitely intended to bring some guys, so that is probably a bit of a shame. Probably going to die, but that's okay. Let's throw Sun Wukong over here, and then I think gotta watch out. Now, what's his deal? I wonder. What is this open? Increases block by 2 and defense by 70%. This effect lasts for 15 seconds. Yeah, that's not going to go well, friend. All right. So, I'm going to give it a minute, I think, because he's going to die. And then I can replace him. Well, heck. Maybe not. Maybe we just throw Warren over here, because we've got enough to replace him now. All right. Lovely. This is actually going a little bit better than I anticipated, which of course is good, but shocking. Oh, look at that. It's a little green girl. I intended to, somebody just died. Who was it? It was Baron. Oh, that's a shame. Can't really do anything about it because I don't have, didn't notice him dying. Ah, what a shame. I almost got the little green girl in there. Now, so what I'm going to say is I need to put another healer in. Can't believe that I forgot to put more healers. How funny. All right. So then who will I take up to put down a heal? Since I don't really know what I'm doing, what if I take up Baron and I put down a healer? Is that the healer that I want? Oh, look at that. We've got Edril too. Totally forgot we had Edril. Do I want to put Edril down somewhere? It might be helpful. Do I need this many defenders? Maybe not. maybe I take out Edith and I put down Edril. Not sure. Let's go for it. I should have checked the damage to see what was going on with that. Alright. So let's try to click buttons good here. I think we're gonna start. Actually, no, we're gonna put this guy, Draylen, here because he does some healing himself, which is pretty cool. Throw him like so, and then maybe we throw out Etrol. We turn on the ultimates, and then let's try to get some heals going if we can after that. I think so. It seems good. Alright, so I think that might be a better way to start this out. Then we're going to need some kind of a block at the top, and I think putting Sunwood Kong up there facing up is a fine plan. And I want to pair him, I think, with Born at the top. Getting another healer out is not the worst idea ever, and maybe I want to do that right now before things start to pile up. But I kind of, yeah, I think I can. I think it's safe to do that. The question is, do I want to do it like this? I think I do. Yes, let's do. That way, see, she gets healed from this side, and she heals her as well. So the healers are healing each other, and they're also healing everything on it. So that feels all right. We'll throw this one, I suppose, here. I didn't realize that those guys would be ground creatures, but I'm okay with it. This one has a good range, and I think where had I think I was sticking her here last time, but maybe I don't know. I don't know where. You know what? We're gonna put one here, I think, and just face him up. We got a guy almost dead. Was that Sun Wukong? No, it was one of Sun Wukong's clones, right? I think so. All right, now, how are things looking? They're kind of looking okay-ish, I think. Those guys are doing all right, so maybe we pile some more on facing down. The clones are doing very well at making a nice little blockade. I didn't really realize that that would happen, so it's pretty cool that it is happening, actually. The guys need to recover a little bit. They got hit pretty hard. I realized that yesterday I was mistaken, or whenever I was doing this before, I was thinking that the boss's life was going down. But in fact, the boss's life is going up, and it's so that when it hits 100%, it deals that 50% damage to all of the guys on the board. So that's what happened there. It was when it hit 100%, that's when we got hit. Now, I suppose things are probably going to get harder, which is unfortunate for me. The saddest part of this is that I can't really get very far with that girl. So, I have no more deployables at the moment. And I think I'll just wait to lay her down until somebody starts getting damaged seriously enough to require it. We've got a flyer coming in. Doesn't seem wonderful to me. Hopefully I have enough damage. Or not damage, but let's do something with that healer girl there. Anyway, yes, air damage is what I'm saying. Hopefully I have enough aerial damage to get those flyer types. I don't know. Let's see. So somebody's about to go down. Let's throw this person out, hopefully in the right spot. Who knows? And then, how about Vlad? But you know, I think actually I want to put Vlad back behind here. And then we have, I suppose that, ah, terrible, terrible. Nothing to be done about it, unfortunately. Just lose. Hmm. Well, we got 22 out of 33. That wasn't too bad, all things considered. What else shall I throw in? First, let's look at the stats and see what we're looking at. See if I can find some paper. And one. All right. So, as far as just pure damage goes, we've got Sun Wukong at the top, followed by Etril, who can just kind of hit everywhere. So, of course, right? Weirdly, the stone, I don't know, what is he? Is it a troll? Is it a troll? Maybe it's a troll. I don't know his name, so we're just gonna say troll guy. All right. So, troll guy was actually next as far as damage goes. Um, Kind of interesting. So, okay. So blonde chick, marksman, with the blue thing, didn't do much. Warren did more, but not much more. I wanted him to do a little bit better. The red dude down there didn't do much, but I think maybe I didn't have him out very long. I know I didn't have Van Helsing out very long, but he does good damage. And of course, okay, I think that I threw the blue guy down last as sort of a Hail Mary to try to kill some of those before they made it into the portal without any real intention of that happening. So, okay. So really, the only ones who really did a lot of damage. Okay, it's a tough call because again, some of them weren't out very long. Um, I would say like Vlad Draculea, it was not out very long either. I don't think. No, I don't think so. So it's kind of difficult to compare, really. I think the only clear winners here, though, were Troll Guy, Edril, and Sun Wukong. The rest of them, I'm not sure. So, how can I make this better? That's the question. The healing was important to have. I could trade one of these guys out for another healer. I'm not sure. Again, I'm not really clear on it. I feel like blonde with the blue stuff was not very effective. Now, do I put in like a fighter that that does damage and also holds back the crowd a little while? Or do I want to put in another healer to try to make them not dead a little longer? I feel like actually, though, from the shape of the place, it feels like the fighter might be more useful. Let's see what we have here as far as melee units go. All right, so we have 4 melee units here current in this group. That being said, Elowin has those little dudes that we put down, and Elowin, those little dudes go on melee platforms, not on melee tiles, I should say, not on platforms. So we might want to leave a space for them to be able to go down. And she can go, the little dudes can go in the. And that would make sense to have 4 in that case. But if we do, well, we have Vlad as replacement. He's currently the only replacement we would have. Yeah. Could put in Taylor, just she's very flexible. She can go in either spot. It's a tough call, really. I haven't tried Volderon. I do know he's pretty good DPS, just from what I've seen. Is he better than the other options? I don't know. We don't have any mages in the group. Do we need any mages in the group? I'm not sure. Well, let's start it. Let's give it a go. Okay, Sun Wukong up here. And then this guy here. And then I think we're going to stick Idril out. And you know, she doesn't have to be on those first rows, but her main thing is really her ultimate. So the rest is less relevant. Okay, who do we want to put next? Oh, I put the dude in the wrong place. Man, what a shame. What a shame. Because now I can't put Draven where he needs to go. Well, okay. Do I want to do anything weird? I guess I'm just gonna have to. This is not. This is. You know what? Let's restart. Let's not start out terribly. Let's do a little bit better. In fact, let's go ahead and start with putting Idril out. And then we put Sun Wukong. Then we're gonna put Draylin. Turn on the ultimates. Put out Draylin here, where he can do a little bit better. Then we shall put Troll Guy down at the bottom. And then what? Maybe Vlad behind him. I think so. Makes sense to do Vlad back there. But first, let's throw some healers on the situation. Ouch! That hit old Idril pretty hard. So he's 50% of the way right now. And I think previously I put her here facing down, and I think that wasn't horrible. Idril is doing very, very poorly over there. He may die in a moment. He did die. Okay, we'll try Warren over here again. I think. Yeah. Okay. I'll put him here again. Doing all the things that didn't work so swimmingly the last time. Trying it again, seeing if it'll work a little bit better. Let's put her here. And I don't know if it was a good time to do that or not, but it felt like there were some people incoming and it might be good to have that extra healing. Okay, now if I can get Vlad down, I think that might be a good idea. Right here. And then we have one more we can put out. I feel like Van Helsing is the answer there, perhaps. It's about to deal us a great deal of damage, so I'm going to wait to put Van Helsing down until that happens. Okay, there we go. All right, now. All right. let's... Okay, let's see. How do I want to do this? Go put my house here, goes down? Possibly.
Do you believe in destiny?
Alright, now they're going to fly around and run around and beat us senseless, but we have currently this healer girl here. So now's a good time to throw her down, I think. Okay, somebody just died, and it was Draylen. That's not great. Well, I shall throw down this person to try to block that for a moment, and if they die, well, we've got Talon in reserve, right? Looks like they're probably going to die here. Maybe not. Might be able to kill this thing. Well, that was too bad there. But we got another dude. Don't know who he is, how good he is, anything like that. He's getting eaten alive by Dracula. I don't actually want to throw her down. I want to stick with the other ones as much as possible. Let's give this a second. Then get hurt a little bit, and then we'll pop her down. Healer number 3. About to do the Scarlet Feast, which is gonna be unfortunate. Well, okay, it's not that bad though, so we'll give it a second. Don't feel that I necessarily need her yet. Well, I think we're kind of doing okay at this. Put her down now. Probably I could pick Born up and start putting some more people down to make this go a little faster. But maybe not. Let's see, we have this spam curse over here. So maybe I don't want to be too hasty, and I'll just kind of wait and see how it goes. Alright, so she didn't actually get close enough to get hit by a born. I'd hoped she might fly a little closer, but that didn't happen. It's looking pretty good, I would say.
I shall now have my revenge. Taya, Kratos, witness the dawn of shadow. No soul shall hold me, not even my...
So notice that he pronounced it Taya and Kratos. I would assume it was Tia, but I would assume incorrectly because he definitely said Taya and Kratos. Alright, interesting. Let's look at the stats. I can't look at the stats because it's forcing me to click complete F8. Alright, so 50,000 of the little vials for that. Let's click complete. Ah, Bucket Joe says congratulations. Well, thank you very much.
And it shall be mine.
We got Vlad's memoir here. A piece of paper dropped by Vlad Draculea recording some of his memories. Alright, so I can't click on the Vampire Diaries because it's forcing me to click on Leave yet again. So here we are. Leave it is.
Illusions, whispers, charlatan snares. He is a clever man, Dr. Van Helsing. But time is on my side. For I have many places of rest, and many vessels to feed on. My revenge has just begun.
Okay, excellent. Vlad's legacy up here. We have some exploration to claim. Defeat Count Dracula in Transylvania. We did it, so we get 100 family artifacts for that. Now we have some more things to do. So let's go back out of here and over to Vampire Diaries. I want to know what this last thing said. Vlad's memoir. In the labyrinth of his fractured mind, Vlad Draculea was both savior and scourge, man and beast, stitched by the same convictions. His devotion to his campaign would not save him. In fact, it merely taught the darkness his name. The deeper he carved his name into the red soil of Transylvania, the more the land drank of his soul. When the hunger he battled turned inward, Mina's light and Van Helsing's science met him at the brink of unmaking. They could not destroy what he had become, only silence it. Thus they wove a seal of memory and mercy, binding him within his own reflection. There he walks among the phantoms of his deeds, sensing no difference between love and fooling. And behind the veil of this slumber the war endures. Vlad dreams of warmth he can no longer feel, Dracula of a world devoid of light. Neither triumphs, neither fades. And should the seal break, it may not be the prince or the monster who wakes, but something born of both, found by neither. All Vampire Diaries collected. Claimable, Vlad Draculea. Hey, Vlad Draculea, nice. After claiming the hero, you will no longer be able to travel to Transylvania. Well, sure, I suppose we will claim Vlad Draculea and lose our ability to travel to Transylvania. Got him at level 50, really, that's interesting. Okay, we claimed him. And now what? I said, what's all this? Want to count? Yeah, we already read that one. I don't know why it just says count. It's interesting. I guess it's just, I don't know, their account, perhaps, or something? I don't know. And so, now we have something over here that says the Overnight Throne. It's a whole thing, but wait, let's go to Dracula's domain over here. Marksman struggling against shield-bearing enemies. It said more, but I don't know what it was. Alright, what have we here? What if we click on hero? Oh, it's our heroes. There's a skeleton hanging from the tree. I don't know if you'll see that. Got some little dude here. The hills of Transylvania stretch before you, fog-choked and whispering, lady in wide awaits. Count Dracula, Vlad Draculea, Lady Mina, and Dr. Van Helsing gain 20% increased damage and rage regen in stages. Well, that sounds good. Beware of the threat posed by Blood Moon Stalkers. Don't let them get too close to your defense line. Let's have a look at this. Alright, we've got Blood Moon Stalkers, we've got Black Blood Porters, and we've got Blood Moon Howlers. Of note, none of these things have ranged attacks. They all are wearing common armor. So that's all very good. Let's give it a go real fast. Bugger Joy says, now you get to fight Dracula stuff with your dudes. Yeah. Okay. Well, I just have some random guys here, so let's just pull this all out. And then, let's see here, we're going to switch to that and then switch back so that it actually has things looking a little bit better. You know what? Let's just grab whoever our top dudes at the moment on and see what we're looking at, and then move stuff around accordingly. All right. What do I think holds? I think that we got a pretty decent infernal thing going on. I think that we've got one portal to protect, and it looks like maybe 5 portals coming on toward us. Some of these are perfectly fine to bring. I'm seeing one healer here, which should be fine. I like the idea of putting a northern leader in here because we've got a good number of northerners. If I keep this group, but the other option would be if I wanted to pump up arrogance instead, then I could go that direction pretty easily as well, because Hotsuit is also nightmare, as is Yuri. So, thoughts on this? I don't know. I currently have the one lord. Do I want to try to get a second one or not? I don't know where the melee tile will be. Let's just take out I want to take out Akira, but why don't we take out Hatsu and then put in some lord for the Northerners. Who we have? I think it's a Soul Day. It is. And I did just level her up to 60, so why not, right? Why not? Looks like the BP requirement of this level is very low. Joy says your guys are going to kill everything easily, and that's probably the case. I'm seeing a dude right there. Let's just toss Lubu. Oh, we want to put Lubu? Well, sure, I suppose so. I already started it. Why not? Throw Lubu right there. Let's do it. Oh, yeah, that doesn't look good for them. All right. Well then. Let's see. You know what? I should have put Rosalia back there where he is, but hey, let's put Rosalia there where she can just hit things early on. Ooh, that's just it's rough. They just walk in and fall down dead. It's a tough situation. Well then, if that's the way things are, let's just stick arrogance over here. And then we'll have Cetrum cover the bottom. Turn on ultimates, I suppose. And I suppose just throw people hither and run. Why not? Willy-nilly, as it were. Oh, hey, I can turn this up on the speed. Seems fine. I didn't see any requirements for having to get a certain number of anything on the board or anything like that, so I think this should be fun. Oh, Bogajoa says big wolves come from the top portal. Yeah, I think you got it. Thank you, though. Alright, we got that. Looks like Sulkton's top to the damage at 3,627,470, followed by Xeno with 2,225,370, Rosalia with 1,498,090, followed by Arrogance at 1,044,700. Poor old Lubu hardly had a chance to hit anybody. Setrum covered everything that came his way with 260,506. All right, interesting. What is this business? Oh, invisible crystals. I think you guys know I'm not super visual, so like I actually didn't see those crystals at all. I just saw the hand on top of him, and then I had to look very carefully to see that there were crystals there. Strange. Strange but true. I just noticed that we have a map over there again, which is super cool. Don't think there's anything in there, judging by the map. And let's have a look at it real quick. Where are we? Alright, we're down here at the lower left-hand corner, and it's a pretty decently sized map. So I'm not going to be able to get very far in it tonight because it is 1:30 in the morning. But I'll open up a few more chests and then probably call it a night. We'll make it a little bit further. Not much. Hardly any, it turns out, because there's this stuff in one. I guess I'll fight one more fight. If only I could click the thing. Mist curls through the undergrowth, hiding yellow eyes that gleam with hunger. You're marked. Alright, watch out for red winged freaks attacking from concealment. Look at the guides. We've got the blood moon stalkers, the blood moon howlers, the red winged shrieks, and the black blood porter. Now the difference here in the red winged shrieks, first of all, they're ranged and they're light armor, so marks are very good against them. Upon death, they inflict one stack of dark mark on all adjacent heroes. Tattered wings flutter like rotted parchment, its gaze fixed on the full supply of blood. Alright, sure. Let's just keep what we had last time and let's see how it goes. I really didn't look and see where my portal was. Looks like we got 2 portals up there to protect. They've got some people coming down. I see that there's a portal down there. Let me see if Arrogance can kind of cover this area. He seems to be able to handle that. I think I want Setrum. Okay, they're going to fly right there. So let's just put Setrum right here to handle those guys. One thing I don't have is anybody to block up there, but now I do. Alright. Not too concerned about what's going on down here, because, again, we do have Setrum, but I will stick Lubu just in case. Let's turn on ultimates. And then I think we'll put it here. I should have put Rosalia out soon. Didn't do. What a shame. Feels almost useless to put her there. Putting her there would be useless, so sure, we'll put her there anyway. Guess I'll toss Akira up here. Her minion, sure, why not? And hey, Sultans can be doing nothing out there as well. Alright, so we got a victory on that. stats show that Sechum was at the top. Of course, he's got the longest range and can do everything. At 2,451,510 damage, followed by Arrogance at 1,206,020, and then Rosalia, 1,181,710, and Akira was just behind them at 976,474. Alright, complete that. And then we've got a box to pick up over here. We got a few more boxes over here. Okay, it looks like we've got some up here on the mini-map. And then, okay, I'll go get the box to the southeast, and then I'm going to call it for the night of the go collect whatever kind of things we've got out of here. So, alright, let's leave this place. And oh hey, Vlad's Legacy has something in it. Defeat the Vampire Swordsman in Dracula's domain for 100 family artifacts. Then we have 129,300 coins, 18,140 XP potions, tons of gear, 700 Forgotten Palace trophies, 700 Great Conquest points, 10 Demon Soldier Shard Ghoul Hounds, 24,640 gold. Additionally, 3,456 additional potions, and quite a good number of additional gear pieces as well for that. So that was gear grade 3, stage 18. And over here we have Maureen, who has returned with 30 island sun tuna and 30 golden pineapples. She's been out as many times as she's willing to go for us today, but Root has some things in the Dwarven Association. Nothing wonderful, but we do have these auto fight chances, 10 of them. Let's go ahead and grab those, I suppose. I think I already got, I got the huge stamina potion today, so don't need that. I'll put whatever we have of mine out. We got 4,900 gold, 4,000 XP potions, 13 stamina, 2 diamonds, and 2 mithril in there. And then over in Oracle's Trial, Forgotten Palace, we can claim these 8 gear recasting hammer shards. Hey Ruben, how you doing this morning, I suppose, at this point? It's 1:36 a.m. over here. I just missed Dracula's castle. Alrighty, let's check in the arena. We definitely have some things we can do there. Let's refresh it and see what they are. Not much. I could attempt some of these guys, but the thing is that I don't think that the party here is going to do for them. So, I think I will not do so. Especially, again, 137. Oh, did you pass it? Yes, I passed Dracula's castle. I'm now on the, let's see, what's it called? I'm not sure. Dracula's domain. So I'm on the next, the final, I think it's the final. Well, maybe not. I mean, I don't know how many levels there are. But, beat Dracula. And I got, Vlad Draculea. Okay, now, storage. I have some things in here. Some gear recasting hammers to make. So let's grab those. And then, Oracle's Trial. I think I need to throw some things probably at gear grade 3 again. And I need to use up my 3 quick gears for the day at the very least, right? So we got 10 of them. Let's do that. And we're going to have to use some of these huge stamina potions, of course, right? So let's do that. and start this, see what we get here. Alright, so that all amounts to 1 Arcanum Crystal, 260 Forgotten Palace Trophies, 260 Great Conquest Points, 10 Stitched Carrion Demon Soldier Shards, 55,000 gold, 9,000 XP potions, and a little bit of heal. Excellent. Let's see how we don't have enough action to do any more auto pits or anything, so that was just cleared that up pretty nicely. Looks like the top folks in this have been at it hard and heavy trying to get those Dawnbringer shards, I suppose. My goodness, Nicodem is just at it. 31,520 trophies for him. Compared to my 4,100, he's definitely smashing it. Orion says, nice, congrats. I watched your latest video and I was glad you went back and refreshed your heroes. Refreshed my heroes. You mean, getting new guys? Or updating the ones that I had? Probably. Like pulling Baron up to speed and all that. Yeah. Alright. Let's see. Is there anything else that I need to do before I hop off for the night? I feel like I pretty well got it. The only other thing maybe that would be fun would be to pull up either Vlad or else Lady Mina to max level and all that. Okay, let's check out Vlad. He has AoE magic attack, displacement, and high blocking. Says it's level 50. So since it's already level 50, I definitely don't want to waste my level up stuff on him. But like the max level, I think it's a max level bonus thing. And I don't want to put that on. But maybe we throw some XP into him if I can. I only have one of these dudes right now, so I actually can't get very far into this. But I can get one of these guys up. And, well, more than one. Let's see. We need 3 more. I won't be able to get 3 more. I can get 1 more. Actually, that is another thing that I need to do. I need to make sure that I have all the things from the trade. I think I do, because otherwise it would have a thing. So I do have all the stuff from the trading hall. That's a good thing. I could throw some fights into some XP and try to get it that way. It's not really necessary. It would just be kind of fun. Over in the Oracle's Trial, we get 1 little small stamina potion. Better than nothing. I'll take it. Then let's see. Events, we've got something going there. It's the Corridor of Glory. And we got 100 legendary skill dust for that. Definitely do need to level up some people and all that so that I can take advantage of that. Tales of the Smith, I could go ahead and throw some stuff into that, I suppose. Go to storage, go to gear. We're going to go to I'm just going to say, you know what? Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to bulk, organize, and we're going to click all of them, bulk enhance up to level 4, and see what that does. It'll give us some Tales of the Smith points primarily. Alright, so we enhanced 126 things. It cost 326,324 gold for that. And we definitely did get a little bit for it. Tales of the Smith, we got 40,000 gold there. Definitely spent a lot more than we gained. But that's okay. It got us a little further along this progress bar. And there are some cool stuff that we can grab. Now, out of curiosity, where are we at now on the shard assembly for the next shard? We got 20 out of 60 of the next Dawnbringer assembly shards. What are these things called? Yeah, they're called shards. Okay, cool. So anyway, let's see. Irvian says, did you do your Void Rift? I did. I just ran through the normal version of it. Did I? Yeah, I did all of it. I did the whole thing. Yeah. Excellent. call on that, though, because you know how I am. I'll just run along and completely forget to do things like that sometimes. So, shockingly, I did remember to do it today. Wonders will, in fact, never cease. But yeah, I think I'm good for the night. I don't really see anything else that I am dying to do, except I do want to actually look at Dracula, which I meant to do a minute ago. I just got distracted by the fact that he was level 50. I can't find him. He's somewhere, I promise. Is this him? Yeah. Vlad. Okay, we're just gonna call him Vlad because that'll make things simpler. Alright, what I wanted to look at is like what's gonna happen with him, right? So no sense in checking that out. What we want to look at is this talent enhancement would be good. Damage scales off hit points. Continuously inflicts War Frenzy on blocked enemies. War Frenzy reduces basic attack interval by 25%, allowing Impaling Charge and Brutal Suppression to ignore 20% of their magic resistance. That sounds good. Let's see. The rest of those spells we're just going to look at in a minute. Damage scales off HP, continuously inflicts War Frenzy on blocked enemies. This is all the same as level 2 right now. The only difference is that the part they're ignoring is 30% instead of 20% at level 5. Alright, well that's something. Alright, so let's see what he's got. Impaling Charge. Can choose and charge to an unoccupied ground tile within 3 tiles, dealing 300% AoE damage to up to 7 enemies in path. If cast in place, deals 360% AoE damage to up to 10 enemies within 2 tiles. Interesting. Okay, so it can deal more damage, or more... It can hit more guys if he stays still, but it does more damage to each of them if... it does more damage to them if he charges forward and hits them. For 15 seconds after casting the ultimate, increases the hero's block by 2, and the hero gains up to 30% damage increase and damage reduction based on the number of enemies within 2 tiles. So he does good with crowds, is what I'm hearing. Rubian says you have his artifact, I'm sure. I may. Bugajoa says I got like 3 of his artifacts. You definitely have at least 2. Well, I'll check that out in a moment. Let's continue looking at his skills real fast. Bonds of Fate. Obtain hero Lady Mina. We have Lady Mina. Congratulations, right? To unlock the following bonus set. The ultimate pulls up to 5 enemies on its path to destination during its charge. Okay, so you have to do the charge in order for this to go off. When the ultimate is cast in place... when it's cast in place, it inflicts stun on targets for 1 second while dealing AoE damage. That's interesting. It's very interesting. Alright. Magic attack deals 115% AoE damage to up to 5 enemy targets 1 time. Brutal Suppression. When taking direct damage, there is a 25% chance that the next basic attack will be a counterattack, dealing 130% damage 2 times to up to 7 adjacent enemy targets. Counterattack immediately restores 6% rage. Interesting. And then Undying Spirit. When blocking an enemy, increases HP by 3% for 15 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. When taking direct damage from an enemy inflicted War Frenzy, restores HP by 3%. That's interesting. So he does a little bit of healing of himself. I think I noticed this whenever I looked at him originally. But then, you know me, I forgot. Easy enough. That's interesting. So he actually is only missing 1 level, and it's in this magic attack itself. It would increase the damage by 5%. Pretty cool. Let's go to his artifact, or let's go to artifacts and see. Yes, we do in fact have his artifact. Let's enhance it in a minute, but first, it increases max HP by 20%. That sounds good since this stuff's based off of HP. When entering combat, block +1, also cool. After a counterattack is triggered, it applies War Frenzy to the caster for 2 seconds. Nice. Let's enhance it. I always have a good number of mithril lying around. Now let's see. Bagajoa had multiple. I only have the one, it looks like. I don't know where we get them from. I feel like, I've seen it, but there's multiple exclusives going around right now in various ways. So, I don't know which ones come from which things. We're gonna quick equip, but I definitely want to come back and look at that better later, because all of his stuff that it mentioned here was kind of, his damage scales off of his hit points. So it makes sense to be more concerned about that than about some of these other things that normally I would be more concerned about. So, that's something to consider for later. Let's see what his promotion. Okay, it's got him promoted, all the way up to 5. That's very good. We're doing very well on that. Obviously, I can't promote him yet, but I can almost promote him, right? It's not too bad. Maybe tomorrow will be the day that I can bring him up. We'll see. Okay. For now, right, I'm going to go ahead. Well, I keep almost logging out and then like, oh wait, I could do this other thing first. Ruben says there's one in the shop. Right. Of course there is. Forgot all about that. Well, let's go look at it while we wait on that. Shop over here. Because, right. Okay, there's actually a few different things. So this is an artifact for if you had contract. I'm going to grab it. I have 4,050 of these family artifacts. It feels like things that I should get more than anything among these is these special things that they're much more difficult to get than this. So let's grab the mythic artifact for Dracula here. That costs 1,000. Then this is the mythic artifact for Dr. Van Helsing, who we also don't have. But I'm going to grab it anyway. Let's get it. And then we have Vlad's Impaler, which is what we're looking at right there. Yeah, we're going to grab that 750. And then, well, I suppose that I'll get the chat bubble for 400. And the avatars we'll do this. We'll go full in. 100 more tokens for that. Now, we're down to 800 tokens at the moment. It's interesting that it costs 88 of these. So these are the same value as diamonds are, as if we're measuring by the cost of the item. The rare summoning crystal costs 88 diamonds, and it also costs 88 of these family heirloom things. So, family artifacts. Sorry, I don't know if that was what I should have gone for. Obviously, there's more that I can get, but I'm having second thoughts here, because there's also all of those shards for the ancient summoning crystals, which are also fun. But we can do both, and I feel like by the time I finish everything in this Dracula event, I'll have plenty. Right, Rubian says, "Nah, you did good." Well, thank you. Yes, I think I did it. Yeah. And it says complete Vlad's legacy quests to get a soulstone. A soulstone for Dracula? Yeah, for Vlad. Yeah. Cool. A soulstone for Vlad. So we'll get an awakening. Let's look and see what that's gonna do. Reduces basic attack interval by 5% for each enemy within 2 tiles inflicted with War Frenzy, up to a 25% reduction. That's kind of cool. Just while we're here, what else have we got? Awakened 2 is HP plus 1200, which will help us damage. Awakened 3 enhances brutal suppression. Each trigger of brutal suppression increases the damage of the next one within 5 seconds by 10%, stacking up to 30%. Awakened 4 gives penetration plus 8%, and Awakened 5 enhances brutal suppression as well. Additionally, restores 2% HP to the hero for every one enemy targets attacked by brutal suppression. That could be very, very good because we can really hit, this is up to 7 adjacent enemy targets. That's very nice. I like it. Alright. Excellent. So he's gonna be pretty interesting, I think, from what I can see here. I'm sure we've got some new fancy stuff here, so let's go check it out. We have somewhere a new thing. Where is it? We don't know. Don't know. Let's go to Avatar Borders where the little red thing is. Avatar Borders. Obtained from the Dracula's castle event. Let's click OK. Make that happen. Then let's go out and I feel like there's something else somewhere, right? What's this? Yes, found it. All right. Treasure. Okay, if we're using the treasure island one, let's do the Dracula's castle time limited shop since that's a whole thing. Arabian says since you beat it, there's another fight. Not sure you tried that yet. The Evernight Throne. I haven't tried it yet. I think I'll probably save it because it's almost 2 in the morning. But oh wait, let's go back over. But you're talking about this right here, and I saw it. I didn't even read it. I just saw it, and I know what kind of a thing it is. It's got 3 different tiers that we can do. But I'll have to come and have a look at it. Probably, I mean, hopefully tomorrow. We're going to say hopefully. I see that the suggested BP for the stage 3 of the Nightmare is rather terrible. That's 900,000. But hard should be doable, I would think. I don't know how many people we get to have in our group, but I would think that that hard would be doable. And easy would be theoretically fairly easy to. So yeah. All right, I will hop out of there. And now we'll go check on the arena where we can, in fact, refresh those opponents and try to find something weaker to pick from, but no such luck. All right. In that case, out we go. And I am going to have to call it a night, guys, because it is 1:55 in the morning. And believe it or not, I sleep occasionally. So, if you're not following me yet, be sure to follow me and turn on notifications so that you can see next time I go live. It was a pleasure streaming with all of you and chatting with you. And hopefully, I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good night.